But my week has been exciting. It's been busy and a blessing as well.
Wow, that's great.
Yes.
Exciting, busy, and
A blessing.
a blessing. Wow. And we have always said it's good to be busy. It's good to be busy. Because if you are not busy, then I don't know. And we thank God for that. Indeed, it's a blessing to be busy. And it's a joy to see you around. I have been following your week, and I know that for sure it has been a busy week. I've also had a very busy week, an interesting one too, and a blessing, a great blessing. So we thank God. Now, we want to go to the brainstorm, and I want to hear your thoughts about this statement. What was the first thought that came into your mind when I sent you this brainstorm? What was it, and what do you think? What do you feel? What's your thought? What's your opinion? What can you tell the listener this morning about the brainstorm?
Okay. One, that statement, keep showing up for yourself, even when you don't want to. First thing is, I thought was, that is not a reality for most people. Especially now we are talking about men's mental health. Most men show up for everyone else but themselves. So
Today we are going to help them.
yes. So my first thought was, go back to yourself, and of the things you do for the other people, find what is it I am doing for myself, and you show up for yourself for that aspect. Yes, providing for your family, yes, going to work, being responsible, it's part of showing up, but at what part does it constitute for you, and what part does it constitute for your family or your friends or your workmates?
Johnson, and I think it has to take someone to see. I don't know, someone to see that you are showing up for everybody else except for yourself. Because then where do you get the alert that you need to show up for yourself? Because you are consumed in, need to do this, I need to do that, the children, the work, wife, parents, siblings, all that.
I remember last time we touched on this, and we were talking about you finding your purpose.
Yes.
So to some degree it links to that, because I don't know if it's a pastor who said this, but there's someone who said, we're not in this life just to pay bills. You understand? You get that?
Yes.
You're not just here to just get paid. You pay bills and move on to the next thing. You work again.
My question is, where do you get that awareness that I'm not just there to pay bills, and take care of other people, and just to take care of others and not myself? Where do you get that awareness? How do you come to that point where now you can say, let me show up for myself?
One, I think it can be external, through like the awareness that is going on like right now, where you sit back and you're like, okay, maybe something is not adding up. And the other one is physical, like exhaustion. Like you feel burned out, you feel you don't have motivation to keep going. And I think the worst part is where it gets to show up as physical disease, and you have to go to hospital. Like you have to take a month's rest, 2 weeks rest, ya lazima. I think those are some of the wake up calls you can get. But if you're spiritually aware, I believe the Holy Spirit will always nudge you. Kambia, no. You need to take care of yourself. You need to start. It's interesting that we're talking about this. And earlier this week I met a friend, and they were like, something is you're overworking yourself. You need to start sleeping. You need to get your heart going. And I was like, I'm young, you're young, but you need to start taking care of yourself. And it hit me, and I went back and realized, for the last almost 6 months since the year began, my average sleep is 4 to 6 hours. 4 to 6 hours. And then they were like, no, that's very dangerous for you in the long term. You need to start taking care of yourself right now, not in the future. So talks and conversations like this that we're having, they're important. If you're a man and you come across something like this and you look, by the way, it's not like I've not been showing up for myself. And there's another aspect that came that was quite interesting.
Okay.
When you're trying to fulfill your purpose in this life, there are places that you will walk because of merit.
Yeah.
But there are other places that will open because of grace or favor. So learning to distinguish the difference helps you a lot.
Okay.
Maybe you're there, you are trying to climb your career ladder by merit. But Mungu amekuandikia wewe hapa ni favor tu ndo inakupeleka through your career. Like you're supposed to be a manager somewhere, but you're stuck somewhere. You're trying to, niko na makaratasi nimesomea hii, but nothing seems to be working out. Whereas maybe there's somewhere if you are aligned with God's will, unapigwa tu simu unaambiwa, we need you here, you need you to come here, we need your skills in this particular space. There are other places where now that merit is needed. They are like, this is the only person who can solve this. They are really qualified. So there are different aspects of life like that. So Nile, you have to understand there are places you just work with grace. Ungangani kusema niko qualified. You work with that place and you know I'm here by grace, and you work with the confidence of a person with grace. I'm talking from experience this week. And there are places you work and yes, you are here because you are skilled in that particular space. So understanding some of simple things like that, this links to your purpose as a man. What am I here to do? Yes, your family is a huge purpose. It's a ministry, in fact. But before them, there is you.
Yeah, exactly.
And the Bible says a blind person cannot lead. So you have to have your vision, where you're going, or the journey that you're taking. It has to be clear to a degree so that it's easier for the people who are under you to follow you. It's easier for you not to get exhausted with the journey. It's easier for you even when you're going through the hard times. You can face at your wife, at your children, and tell them it's going to be okay, and you believe it. It's going to be okay, but but there's a time they see the conviction and they're like, yes, everything is going to be okay. So I'm going back to that point again. I think that is, I don't know why it was very heavy on me this week. Walking by understanding where you walk with merit and understanding where you walk with grace. And I'm learning how to show up in those different spaces at different times. Thank you.
Wow. That's very, very interesting and very encouraging at the same time, because I think most men, and because of what they have been taught and what they have come to believe, kwamba mwanaume ni mwanaume ni nguvu. Like the other day I was telling you about such statements like, najua hiyo ni ya wamama, wacha kuleta umama hapa. And then now mwanaume anakuwa akijua kwamba nisiwe kama mwanamke, you know, hii kulialia ni ya kina mama, kunungunika nungunika ni ya kina mama. But one thing we forget is that we are all human beings. Hata kama huyu ni mwanaume na huyu ni mwanamke, we are all human beings, and we get overwhelmed. You know, we get overwhelmed with the issues of life. And so kuja tu na kusema kwamba your life is just about paying the bills and looking and taking care of the family, you know, work and all that. And you see the danger, Johnson, ile ulikuwa nasema, it shows up sometimes in sicknesses, you know, and all that. And unaona hawa wanaume walevi, nilikuwa nafikiria tu sana, because pombe has a way of numbing, you know, soothing you na kuonyesha kwamba it is okay. So unakuta mtu anaanza kuingia kwa tabia kama hizo. Hakuwa mlevi before, but kwa sababu hajui, ameambiwa mwanaume ni kujituma, mwanaume ni nguvu, anaanza kuingia kwa vitu kama hizo, anaingia kwa pombe. So mtu ambaye hakuwa si mlevi, all of a sudden unakuta ameingia katika ulevi, mpaka mtu anakuja anafutwa kazi. I saw a clip of I think I still have that clip because I wanted to show it to pastor wakati tukiingia ile talk nyingine ya conversation ya Gen Z's. But this clip ni mtoto anazozana na mzazi wake, and the father is yani amelewa yake yote, na wanapelekana hivi na kijana, yani wanatukana na matusi. So kijana analaumu baba analaumu mtoto. But because we were coming to talk about the men, my ears and eyes were on the man, and I felt so sorry for that man. I felt so sorry. I was like, oh my God, now where are we headed to? But ukiangalia the way he's so intoxicated, ni mambo kama hayo. Because kama mtoto anaweza kuwa na guts, you know, za kutukana babake na hata na kuweka kwa TikTok. I felt so sorry for that man, and I pray that wherever he is, God is going to help him. So we must learn to show up for ourselves, even when you don't want to. You know, everything about you can be suggesting that, I don't want to, I don't feel like. But you must be able to show up for yourself. You must want to. And so we have all these spaces that God has provided, and one of the spaces is here at the Sunday Express Gospel Show, where we talk about matters mental health awareness for the man. So if you have just tuned in, this is Sunday Express Gospel Show, and today we have a great conversation, the mental health about the man. And you know what? My guest is here. Thank you so much, Johnson, for that mind-blowing exposition on this statement. God bless you. My guest has just arrived on time. Very, very good time. I want to give him a minute just to settle, because today I want him to talk to us. I want to back off. I want to just listen also. I want to hear, and I want to be encouraged also. I know he's going to talk about the man, but I know I'll get a take home from there. So keep showing up for yourself even if you don't feel like. Okay? Keep showing for yourself even if you don't feel like. I want us to just take a short break, Johnson, and then we will actually go straight. Of course, we have our testimony segment. I want you to start sending in your testimonies, okay? Just type them to me, or you can share them with me on 0783723996. You can also type your testimonies on our YouTube channel. We are live. You can type your testimony there, and then we will read it here live on the show. So we're taking a short break, and when we come back, I want us to go straight. We want to dive deep into this conversation because my guest is already here.